Hey everyone, today we're going to build something super useful, your personal productivity stack. Think of it like building blocks. We're going to layer 4 proven methods, starting with your mindset and going all the way to your daily actions. The goal? To help you find that deep, focused work, especially in a world that is just constantly screaming for your attention. So let's dive right in. You know that feeling, right? Your calendar is jammed, your inbox is a disaster, and you're just bouncing from one thing to the next. But then, at the end of the day, you look back and think, what did I actually do? It feels like you haven't moved the needle on anything that really matters. You're just busy. And there is a world of difference between being busy and being productive. See, being busy is all about being reactive. It's like you're just playing defense, responding to whatever gets thrown at you. But being productive, that's proactive. That's about being on offense and choosing your path. It's about focusing on what really counts, managing your energy so you don't burn out, and ending the day feeling fulfilled, not just overwhelmed. And this explainer? This is your guide to making that exact shift.
Okay, so where do we even begin this journey? Well, it's not with some fancy new app or a complicated tool. No, we start at the very bottom of the stack, the foundation, your mindset. Because real lasting productivity, it all starts with your identity.
This quote from James Clear absolutely nails it. I mean, we all have goals, right? Big ambitions. But our goals don't determine our success. Our systems do, those daily habits and routines. So if you've ever struggled to change your habits, listen up. The problem isn't you, it's your system. And this is the mental flip that changes everything. Instead of obsessing over an outcome, like I have to finish this report, you start focusing on your identity. You start asking yourself a different question. What would a productive person do right now? Suddenly, the goal isn't just a single action. It's about becoming the person you want to be. I love this idea because it shows you just how much power you have. Every single time you decide to focus for 25 minutes, instead of mindlessly scrolling through your phone, you're literally casting a vote that says, I am a focused person. And all those little votes, they add up, building more and more evidence for your new identity. So what kind of work does this productive person actually do? They prioritize what the author Cal Newport calls deep work. That's the stuff you see on the left, the hard, mentally taxing work that actually creates new value and pushes you forward. It's the total opposite of shallow work. You know, the busy work, the logistical stuff that can be done while you're distracted. Choosing to do deep work is a powerful vote for your new identity. All right, now that we've got the mindset right, we need a system to actually support it. It's time to build the second layer of our stack, your external brain. This is going to be your trusted, go-to place to offload every thought, task, and idea that pops into your head. So why do we feel so overwhelmed all the time? Well, a big reason is that our minds are just cluttered with what productivity expert David Allen calls open loops. Think about it. These are all the unfinished tasks, the half-baked ideas, the, oh, I should really thoughts that are just bouncing around in your head 24/7. They are a massive, massive source of stress. And this quote right here is the solution. Get those open loops out of your head. This is the core principle behind frameworks like getting things done. When you let an external system do the job of remembering everything, you free up your brain to do what it's amazing at: thinking, creating, and actually solving problems. This is how you create the mental space you need for that deep work we were just talking about. And here's the blueprint for that system. It's the 5-step workflow from getting things done. And it's a constant loop. First, you capture everything, and I mean everything that has your attention. Then you clarify what each thing is and organize it into the right place. By reflecting on your system regularly, you start to trust it. And that trust is what lets you fully engage with whatever you're doing with a clear head. Okay, so we have a clear mind and a system we can trust. Now we're ready to layer 3, execution. Let's get into the nitty-gritty daily actions that turn all these great plans into reality. When it comes to figuring out what to do each day, the Eisenhower matrix is an absolute game changer. It's so simple. It just forces you to ask 2 questions about any task. Is it urgent, and is it important? As you can see, if something's both urgent and important, you do it now. But look at that second box, important but not urgent. That's where your deep work lives. That's the stuff you schedule. If it's urgent but not important, try to delegate it. And if it's neither, just delete it. It's such a powerful way to filter out the noise. And to get things done, here are 4 killer tactics. First, time blocking. This means you don't just have a to-do list, you have a schedule. You give every important task a home on your calendar. Then there's the Pomodoro technique, working in short, 25-minute sprints to build focus and momentum. The 2-minute rule is amazing for clearing out all those little tasks that clutter your mind. And finally, task batching, grouping similar work together, like answering all your emails at once, so you're not constantly switching gears and draining your energy. Which brings us to a really, really critical point. Productivity isn't just about cramming more into your hours. It's about managing your energy. Your ability to focus goes up and down all day long. The real secret is to identify your peak energy hours, what some people call your biological prime time, and protect that time for your most important deep work. Save the easy, shallow tasks for when your energy is low.
And hey, if you need just one reason to finally stop multitasking, here it is. According to the American Psychological Association, trying to switch between tasks can slash your efficiency by up to 40%. 40%! Single tasking isn't just a nice idea, it's literally how our brains are wired to work best. So this brings us to the final and honestly the most overlooked layer in our entire stack: recovery. Because let's be real, without proper rest, this whole productivity system will just fall apart. We have got to stop buying into this hustle culture myth that working more always means getting more done. It just isn't true. Constantly sprinting without any time to recover doesn't lead to success. You know where it leads? Straight to burnout. That state of total exhaustion where your performance just completely collapses. So, how do we recover the smart way? Well, it can even be part of how we work. One study found this amazing rhythm. Work for about 52 minutes, then take a 17-minute break. And I mean a real break. Get away from your screen, let your mind actually recharge. Of course, the foundation for all of this is quality sleep. It's non-negotiable. And finally, remember that downtime isn't a luxury. It is an essential part of the process. That's when you refill the tank for the next day's deep work.
So, as we wrap all this up, let's bring it full circle, right back to where we started, your identity. Building this productivity stack, it's about way more than just checking off boxes on a to-do list. It's about building a better, more intentional life. So my question for you is, what's your first vote going to be? What's one small thing you can do today to become that focused, effective, and fulfilled person you want to be?